Today, what I want to do is I want to show you how to get up on top of your financial house. I want you to get up on top of your financial house and be standing up there. It's going to take you a few years. It's not going to be quick. If you're looking for get rich quick, you're in the wrong room. And how do you get up on top of the house? In Tennessee, if we want to get up on top of the house, we use this thing called a ladder. And ladders have steps. And they have rules about the steps. If you get up the ladder and it starts moving, if you're over 16, you come back down. And you steady the ladder and you do it again. You repeat the steps. But you take the steps slow and gradual. You don't skip steps. Because otherwise you'll be hanging upside down with your leg broke. Your neighbor will be laughing at you. No step skipping. Be willing to come back down to solid ground and repeat the process. These are the rules of using a ladder. Around our place, we call these ladders, these steps, baby steps.
If you have $1,000 already, great. Just set that aside. That's your baby step one. Any money you have that's not retirement, anything you can sell that is not retirement, you're going to liquidate it. If it's not retirement, you got some stock over here that Grandpa left you. You got a gold bar under your bed. I don't know what it is, but you got any money that's above $1,000. Maybe you got $10,000 in a savings account. That's $9,000 you've got that you don't need past baby step one. We're going to put it all on baby step two. And baby step two is the famous one. That's the debt snowball, where you list your debts smallest to largest. You pay minimum payments on everything but the little one, and you attack the little one with a vengeance. Side note, baby step one should not take you more than 30 days. Maximum. You need to work extra, sell some stuff, have a garage sale, put the kids on Craigslist, whatever you got to do here. Let's get it done. And you know, we're going to get busted into this, get $1,000 quick. Baby step two, you should be debt-free, but your house. Now, you may have to sell a stupid boat. You may have to take an extra job. But most people that have followed the Total Money Makeover baby steps in Financial Peace University are debt-free inside of 2 years.
Yeah, and that's with doing it with some gazelle intensity, like you talk about in Financial Peace University. And once you pay off all that debt, now you've freed up all those payments, right? You have that income
Think
back
about
in
what
your
it'd be
life.
like to have no payments but a house payment. Wow.
We're breathing easy. And then we can move on to baby step 3, where we save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. This is the final buffer where we say we're never going back into debt because we are the bank now.
Yep. Grandma's rainy day fund. Why? It's going to rain. Dave, you need to be positive. I'm positive. It's going to rain. You need to be ready when crap happens. There's a pandemic coming around every corner. There's something coming, and if you have $20,000 cash in the bank, 3 to 6 months of expenses, whatever it is, and you have no payments, you are the third pig in the 3 little pigs, the one that's in the brick house when the big bad wolf comes. You're ready for life. You're ready to go. Now you're ready to build wealth. But that you just now have gotten up to ground zero. You've just now gotten up to even. When you have that emergency fund and you're debt free, now you're ready to build wealth. And in baby step 4, you put 15% of your income aside into good growth stock mutual funds in retirement plans. Start where there's a match. Beyond the match, always do Roth. And if you exhausted Roth and match and still are not to 15%, then go on to a traditional 401k or IRA. But do Roths before traditional and do match before Roths. It's mathematically in your favor to do that, up to the 15%. Don't do 20%, don't do 11%, do 15%. While you are doing baby steps 4, you're also going to be doing 5 and 6 simultaneously.
Absolutely. So baby step 5 is where we're saving for our children's college fund. And this is going to look different for everyone. There's no set number here because it really depends on your situation.
Did you have the baby last week, or is the baby 18? That makes a difference on how much you need for college, right? I mean, what you got to do for college. Just like, is this an oh crap moment, or hey, we're going to be diligent and save? Did we wait almost until too late? Now, they have to go to college debt-free. They cannot participate in this epic student loan system failure that is called America right now. It is horrible out there. Do not let your kids go in debt. You do not have to go to debt. Go to community college for free for 2 years. Go to in-state school, work 6 jobs, get scholarships. Our student loan problem is a parenting problem. Mom and dad let kids sign up for crap they couldn't afford. Bad mama, bad daddy.
They got to have the conversations. That's where it starts. And there's a reason you say baby step 4, invest for yourself before the kids, because there's a 100% chance you're going to retire. There's a 50-50 chance or less these days that your kid's going to go to college.
And graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah, this less than 50% chance they're going to graduate. So this is important. So While you're doing 15%, you do whatever you need to do for your kids' college, whatever you decide to do for your kids' college. Beyond that, if you can find any money, you do that on baby step 6, and that's pay off your house. Start chunking on the house. Now, when you're in 1 through 3, you are so intense your friends are freaking out. Your grandmother thinks you need counseling. You are gazelle intense, like a gazelle running from a cheetah. When you're in 4 through 7, you're not intense anymore. You are now intentional. You're just doing it on purpose. But you're no longer on beans and rice. You're on beans and rice, rice and beans. Scorched earth on 1 through 3 till you get those 3 things done. Now, get that house paid off. The average person following this stuff is paying off their home in about 7 or 8 years. Now, that tells us that the whole program is taking about 10 years, and the average baby steps millionaire, the average everyday millionaire that we've studied, we're finding them become a millionaire from the time they start with intensity followed by intentionality, become a millionaire in about 10 and a half years.
Yeah.
11.2 years, 10.6 years are the 2 numbers we keep running into. So this is completely possible.
Yeah, and once you pay off that house, it's time to build wealth and give outrageously in baby step 7. That's where it ends.
Yeah, you will be a millionaire shortly after your home is paid for if you don't at that moment.
If you think your life's going to get better just because you get money, you're wrong, because you become more of what you are. If you are a jerk and you get a bunch of money, you will become a very large jerk. If you're generous and charitable and you get money, you will have a huge impact on people around you. You'll never sit down in church next to a single mom who's crying because her light bill isn't paid, but what you just reach over and pay it to the end of the year. But you really don't do it right then. You do it after you get home, so she doesn't know who did it. Because it was really God that did it. It wasn't you. You don't need to be taking the credit anyway. There's only 3 things you can do with money. You can have fun with it, you can invest it, and you can give it. And you need to do all 3. You better be having some fun. Money's fun if you got some. You need to be investing it so you got some. And you need to be giving it because it is the most fun you'll ever have with it. Giving is possibly the most fun you'll ever have with money. That's the deal. You know, Winston Churchill said, we make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. Andrew Carnegie, who was the Bill Gates of his day in the year 1900, Carnegie Steel, Carnegie Hall, and started most of the public libraries in America today, the wealthiest guy of the year 1900, used to say that surplus wealth is a sacred trust to be managed for the good of others. If you'll bear with me for about 2 minutes and not move, this last section is very, very important. There's 2 things I want to cover with you. One is this. Each of you are perfectly trained, perfectly designed 4-cylinder engines. You need to run on all 4 cylinders to be able to win. We're physical beings. Take care of this. You get one. Don't go to McDonald's, eat 62 Big Macs, and go, Lord, bless this for the nourishment of our bodies. Take care of this. You get one. Eat less, exercise more. It's not hard. Just be cognizant of what you're putting in your mouth. People don't sneak in your bedroom in the middle of the night and stuff food down your mouth. It's you. You're the one doing it. I know because I put the sign on my desk. It's the food stupid. I know it's me. It's my job to take care of me. The second thing is we're emotional beings. If you had something bad happen to you in your life, and most of us that are breathing have, you may need to sit down with your pastor or with a good counselor and unpack your baggage. Life's too short to go through it with the Samsonite. It's heavy. Well, Dave, I came from a dysfunctional family. We all did. They had people in them. I'm not poking fun at you. I'm just saying I know what it means to hurt, and it's okay to get some help when you're hurting. It's kind of dumb not to. The third thing is this. We're intellectual beings. Feed your mind. Read. The average person hasn't read a nonfiction book. 70% of Americans haven't read a nonfiction book since their last day of formal education. Charlie Tremendous Jones says that 5 years from today, you will be the same person you are today, making the same money you have today, with the same problems you have today, except for the books you read and the people you meet. Now, you can be an intellectual. You can feed your intellect and grow. You can take care of your body, and you can take care of your emotions. But if you do those 3 out of 4, you are not running on 3/4 or 75% power. Until you plug in the 4th one, the other 3 don't work right. And when you plug it in, it takes you to more than 100% power. It takes you to 110% power. It kicks in the joy. It kicks in the celebration of life. It kicks in the passion of life. It increases your creativity. It changes everything about the other 3. What am I talking about? Talking about the spiritual. This step-by-step baby steps program is steeped in common sense, biblical wisdom. It is an absolute process that is proven. Literally to date, millions with an S of Americans are somewhere in those baby steps. They're right now working this exact process. Millions and tens of millions, even hundreds of millions of dollars of debt has already been paid off. Whether this stuff works is not in question. The only question that remains this evening is what you're gonna do. Don't wake up 5 years from now and wish you changed your life, go home this week and start. Do it right now. It's as you will it. Thank you, Dallas. You're awesome.